Ever felt like she's looking at you? But not just with her eyes, with something deeper, like her body's speaking a silent language. One only the truly aware can hear. Most men miss it. They talk too much, move too fast, and overlook the one sign that screams, "I want you now." But today, you won't miss it. Not anymore. Let's set the stage. You're with her. Conversation's flowing. Energy's electric. But something's shifting. She's not saying it out loud, but something in her posture, her presence, her silence, it's giving her away. Here's the truth. When a woman is genuinely turned on, she doesn't need words. Her body will say everything. And there's one primal, unmistakable move she makes. That tells you she's craving more. But before we get to that, understand this. Women operate on instinct. Psychology, chemistry. They're selective, hyper-aware of status, confidence, and emotional depth. But when their guard drops, when the right man is in front of them, their bodies betray their secrets. Common signals? Sure. Lingering eye contact, subtle lip biting, mirroring your movements, accidental touches. But all of that is foreplay. There's one move that goes beyond interest. It's not flirtation, it's invitation. Here it is, the move most men never notice. She repositions herself, opens her stance, shifts her hips toward you, subtly leans in, and it's not conscious. Her body is literally aligning itself toward intimacy. It's her biological compass pointing at you. Why does this matter? Because it's primal. When a woman is aroused, her posture opens up not for comfort, but for closeness. She might cross and uncross her legs. She might adjust her hips in your direction. She might angle her knees slightly toward you. That's not coincidence. That's raw desire trying to escape her body. Now pause. What should you do when you see this? One thing. Do not call it out. Don't ruin the mystery. Don't kill the tension. This is sacred territory. Respect it. Instead, mirror her energy. Lower your voice. Slow your movements. Match her rhythm. Lean in not like a boy desperate for attention, but like a man who already has it. If she moves closer, you hold your ground still, anchored. If she touches you, you respond not like a flinch, but like a flame. The more composed you are, the more her desire unfolds. But that's not the only signal. Here are 3 other signs she's secretly burning up for you. She keeps glancing, but your lips, not your eyes, your mouth. Why? Because in her mind, she's already kissing you. She starts fixing herself, brushing her hair, adjusting her neckline, reapplying lip gloss. She's preparing herself for you. She finds little excuses to touch you. The tap on your arm, the playful nudge, the brush of her fingers. These aren't accidents. These are breadcrumbs to her desire. Asterisk, asterisk, let's go even deeper. Because here's the part most men never learn. Her most powerful signals aren't scripted, they're instinctual. You see, when a woman is truly turned on, her body becomes a messenger of her unconscious desires. Not because she planned it, but because her limbic system, the emotional, primal part of her brain, starts leaking signals without her permission. That's what you're reading. Not conscious flirtation, not practiced seduction. You're reading a chemical shift inside her. When she adjusts her hips toward you, it's not because she's trying to be polite. It's because her body is preparing for intimacy. Her blood flow changes. Her pupils may dilate. Her skin becomes more sensitive. And most crucially, her body opens. This is the opposite of when she's uninterested. When she's guarded, you'll see closed-off body language. Crossed arms, turned shoulders. Physical distance. But when her desire wakes up, that distance collapses. She wants to be near your presence, not your words, not your compliments. Your presence. Now here's where it gets fascinating. Sometimes a woman won't even consciously admit she's into you. Her mind might still be hesitant, overthinking, calculating, guarding herself. But her body is already in motion. She might try to remain cool, aloof, even disinterested. But then she sits down and angles her knees toward you. She shifts to face you fully, even when there's no logical reason to. She tucks her hair behind her ear while looking down. She crosses and uncrosses her legs slowly when you're speaking. That's the battle between her emotional instincts and her rational filter. And when you recognize this war happening inside her, you gain an edge that most men never even realize exists. Because now you're not just listening to what she says, you're listening to what her body confesses. Masculine energy. YIT activates her subconscious. But let's pause. Because you might be wondering, why would her body react like that to me? The answer is simple. You carry an energy that awakens for feminine polarity. She doesn't consciously choose to react. She feels it. And what does she feel? Presence. You're not thinking ahead. You're here now, unmoved. Control. You're grounded. You're not chasing. Your center is intact. Mystery. You're not pouring everything out. You leave room for her curiosity to stretch. Most men try to impress her with words, but she's not listening to your words. She's feeling your essence. She's responding to your silence, to your stillness, to your restraint. When you stop chasing and start embodying still masculine presence, she becomes pulled toward it, like gravity. Because here's the truth. She doesn't want to lead. She wants to feel led, not controlled led. And the moment you embody that unshakable leadership, not with arrogance, but with calm intention, her desire activates. Now, let's say you recognize the signs. She leans in, her legs part slightly. Her hips angle your way. She touches you more often. Here's where most guys screw it up. They rush in, they get excited, they break the spell. But if you want to intensify the attraction, hold back. Not coldly, not in a game-playing way, but in a way that says, I see what's happening and I don't need to chase it. I can lead it. That restraint, it builds psychological tension. It creates a space for her to keep leaning in, to keep chasing your energy, to keep opening more. Because when a woman senses that you're not desperate, not reactive, not emotionally scrambling, she melts. Why? Because your restraint communicates something rare. I don't need this. I choose this. And that, my brother, is intoxicating to her. So the question becomes, when do you make a move? Answer. When her body language has fully invited you in multiple ways. When her words are soft, her tone is lower, and her proximity shrinks. When she touches your arm and leaves it there just a moment too long. When she looks at your lips and bites hers, when her legs shift once, and then again. When you feel all that, that's your cue, not to pounce, but to move forward, intentionally, slowly, confidently. Match her energy and elevate it. She wants to feel chosen, but she also wants it to feel inevitable. And when you carry yourself like a man who was always going to lead this dance, she follows without hesitation. She mirrors your breathing rhythm. If your breath slows down and hers syncs up with it, she's emotionally tuned into you. She removes barriers. If there's a purse, a drink, or a pillow between you and she casually moves it. She's removing physical and psychological blocks. Her voice becomes softer and breathier. This happens unconsciously when she starts experiencing emotional vulnerability and arousal. She exposes her neck or wrist area. These are high sensitivity zones. If she tilts her head or brushes her hair back, she's opening herself to you. She lingers after the conversation ends. If she has every reason to walk away, but doesn't, she's hoping. You lead the moment forward. Here's the final piece. If you remember nothing else, remember this. A woman's body will tell you everything. If you stop trying to impress and start learning to observe, don't be the man who talks too much. Be the one who listens without words. Don't rush the moment. Let tension work in your favor. Don't try to get her, let her feel pulled toward you like she was always meant to move your way. Because when you understand how to read her desire, and you respond like a man who's not afraid of it, You don't just attract her body, you awaken her feminine soul. If this breakdown elevated your awareness, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to StoicEdge for more real, raw psychology of dating, attraction, and masculine power. And in the comments, tell us what signs have you seen women give before things escalated. Let's sharpen the signal reading skills together. Until next time, stay alert, stay grounded, stay stoic.